Hello, everybody. My name is Kern, and I post home recording weekly. What you are looking at is the Cerberus Bass Amp. It's recording software. It's if you record a DI bass, you can use this in your DAW to make the bass sound amazing. Let me show you the website. It is from KAUSSA, and it's the Cerberus Bass Amplification. It's $49 plus VAT if that applies to you. And I'm just assuming that is American $49. I am not sure. I didn't push the buy now because I'm doing this for a review, but you can certainly check that out. There will be links in the post if you follow the link that is supplied for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be right below the video in the description. Let's check out how this thing sounds. Now, a few things I want to tell you about this amp before let me give you a quick snippet. Okay, what you just heard was a setting that I set up earlier before I started recording. So I want to explain what this is and then take you through some different settings. I'm a singer-songwriter. A lot of times I have a DI bass track that I'm working with and I need to get a certain bass sound. Well, I don't need to, I want to. So I have a few VIs, virtual instruments for basses. This one is one that I'm using a lot. I mean, I really like what this sounds like and I'm digging it. You've got a lot of choices here and a lot of things going on. First, let me say down here, load in pulse responses. I'm not using any. I know they sound incredible. If you have a cab that you want to load in, then do that and you will get that sound out of this plugin. I'm not using one right now. So there are three types of amp in the Cerberus. You have FET, which is solid state. You have valve and you have a drive amp. Valve, of course, is tube goodiness. Of course, this is a digital plug-in, but you know it's modeled after a valve amp, and you're not going to believe how different they sound when I turn that on. So you have gain, you have a compressor and a contour knob. Let me tell you, when I bring this compressor in, you're going to be impressed. I was impressed. The sustain is extremely noticeable. The addition of sustain for you guys that just love your sustain, and the attack does go away somewhat. If the attack of your DI bass is bothering you, this is going to be amazing. And a lot of times mixing engineers like to have different bass sounds. And I'll tell you, for 49 euros or for 49 American dollars, I don't know which it is. And if it's listed in euros, it's going to be twice as much in American dollars, roughly. And still, this is a steal. If it's 99 US dollars and 49 euros, this is a steal. I don't know which it is. Please forgive me and do your homework before you buy this. So it's completely customizable. The compression is, when I show you guys that, it's going to just knock you out of your chair, I think. It's one of the better compression knobs that I've heard on these bass DIs. And then you have a beautiful EQ section here. I have the low boost and the high boost on and set, pretty much at 12 o'clock. And then you can select the low mid frequencies from 100 hertz to 1000 hertz, and you can dial them in or out. And then you have the same thing with high mids from 500 to 5000 hertz. You find it and then you bring it in or out. And then there's another EQ over here, a graphic EQ. If you want to set all these at detent and do what you do over here, that's fine. There's a master volume and a power. There are presets galore up here. I just choose the classic J bass and I altered it and set it to where I thought it sounded pretty darn good. And I was correct. It did. It sounded very, very good. Now down here is a cool place. You've got ribbons. You've got dynamic mics. That's the 57. You've got a 112. for your cab, the 421, the Royer, the 441s. So you also have a condenser. But they didn't stop there. You can completely move these around in three-dimensional space. And as you go across the cone, it makes a huge difference. It's so realistic. And as you pull it back, you get more of the room sound. It's very cool. And then this is your off axis switch. So you can have these things at a 45 degrees or have them straight on. And again, it makes a big difference. I was really, really, really impressed. I just roughly set these in here and then I would listen back, and we're going to do that. I'm going to show you guys. And you don't need two mics. You can turn it off. You can do anything you want with this plugin. I am well pleased. If you like this mic, and again, with them both on, you can use this mix pointer over here and get more of A mic or more of B mic, or you can turn them right off. For cabinets, you've got a DI sound. You've got a 1x12, a 4x10, and an 8x10 for each mic. So you can set this thing up in a myriad of different ways. And when I change this to a valve amp, I think you guys are going to like what you hear. So this is roughly how I had this thing set up. I think I had it something like this. I don't know. And I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to set it up the way it was, and then I'm going to take you through some of these settings. And one last thing down here, there is a limiter, and I failed to mention that, so please forgive me. And again, there's other feature sets that I'm sure I'm forgetting. There's a gate up here where you can set the threshold, the attack, and the decay. I don't have it on, but if you have this turned up, and it's pretty aggressive, then wow, this gate is going to do a lot for you. And of course, there's a dry and wet, so you can use this. Dry and wet is your global effect amount. So you can use this, in line or in series with an effect and only use a portion of it, or you can use it parallel or in series all the way wet. So it's completely up to you how you want to use it. You can use it in a myriad of ways, and it's very cool. So I think I have this set up pretty much the same. Let's check it out, and I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick shot with my mic on. I think that's pretty close to the way that it was. Now what I want to do is take you through some of these settings. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the valve on, play with some of the settings, maybe different mics, move stuff around, and then show you the drive, and I'm going to mute my mic to do that. I think that one right there would really, really, really cut through a dense mix without any problems at all. I just love the way the valve sounds. I noticed a big difference when I turned the limiter on and the compressor on. Um, Sometimes with the compressor on, it was bringing the level up when I had hit that low string. And the way I have it set up, it was kind of loud. So I apologize if your computer speakers are farting out. But as soon as I hit that limiter, man, it stopped that. And it sounded, like a regular bass amp. It would catch those peaks and hold them where that limiter is set. And this output volume might be with a limiter. Again, I don't know, and I haven't read the manual. I'm a plug and play kind of guy, and that's exactly what I am doing here. The microphones all sound different and unique unto themselves. You've got 2 EQ settings, a gate. You have so much you can alter and play with. This thing is extremely musical. It sounds fantastic. The fidelity of this is out of this world. And don't let the 1 amp fool you. There are so many ways to set this up. Again, you can use your impulse responses from your favorite cabs that you've modeled yourself or found online. You can change these microphones all around. You can use 1, you can use 2. You don't have to use any. There are settings, as you saw when I set it to the DI. You've got a tone knob and a character knob. There's just so much to fool around with, to have fun with. I think I would spend all day on this, and because there's so much you can alter. I would spend all day because you can totally have your bass sound so different. So if you are looking for a new bass sound, or if you're a singer-songwriter and you just want to have a way to make your bass sound amazing in your songs, I think you found it. The Cerberus, and I have a hard time pronouncing that, I'm sorry, but I do, is from KAUSSA. And again, the website, you can go over there, is KAUSSA.com, and check this thing out. Just Google this, Cerberus. You just Google that from KAUSSA, and it'll come up. Again, there'll be links in my post, all kinds of links. I think it's affordable, and as far as the quality of the sound, it's one of the best I've heard. And I just really love how there's a gate, there's a compressor that does something, and there's a limiter down here that really was musical. You have 3 different amp styles that all sound unique unto themselves. And look at all of these settings that they've done here for you. You got Primus and all kinds of settings, Lollapalooza, Da Police, Pick It Up, Vintage P Bass, all kinds of stuff for you guys. So something in here for everyone. Thanks for checking this out. I love this plugin, and like I said, I've been using it a lot because it sounds so good. And I hope you check it out, and I think you're going to agree with me. It sounds very good. Again, my name is Kern, and I post Home Recording Weekly. I do a songwriting contest over there every year. I give out thousands of dollars in prizes, and I have a podcast where I talk about this stuff all the time. So please check it out. It's homerecordingweekly.com, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube. That way you don't miss any of these videos. I do a lot of tutorials and a lot of demos. So thanks for your time. And also, this is from Modern Producer Magazine, and I don't know if I said that at the beginning or not, but you definitely should check out the Modern Producer Magazine if you are into recording in your home recording environment, or you're a mixing engineer or a master engineer, or you're learning to be any of those. The Modern Producer is just chock full of great tips and advice and demos, cool videos, all kinds of stuff over there. It's the modernproducermagazine.com. Check that out.